Real quick, before we get into the goodness, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you're notified to every time we upload a video. Appreciate you. This issue happened last week, and I intentionally did not address it because I wasn't going to give this topic any attention when we celebrate the independence of this country. That topic is this: why do so many athletes hate the nation that has given them the bulk of their fame and success? Why do so many people hate the country that they live in? I don't get it, and I'm going to take you down my rabbit hole of thinking. So last week, Natasha Cloud, WNBA star, tweeted that America is trash. Her exact tweet reads, "Our country is trash in so many ways, and instead of using our resources to make it better, we continue to oppress marginalized groups that we have targeted since the beginning of times. Black and brown communities, the alphabet mob, we are too powerful to still be attacking issues separately." Well, if you are a listener to the podcast, if you follow me on Rumble, YouTube, or any of our other mediums, social media mediums and platforms, then you know how I feel about, for starters, and what stuck out to me in that, equating alphabet mob rights to the civil rights movement. The only similarity there is we did not want to be discriminated against when it came to just living our life. And as I've said, I completely agree that your sexual preference, your sexual lifestyle should not be a factor in you getting employment or being treated fairly in the legal system or in social settings. That should not have sway. And that is where it ends. If you want to hear the rant on that, go back and find my previous segment I did on that called the Bull Underground Rainbow Railroad. Now, with that said, when Natasha Cloud decided to call America trash, I wondered a few things. I wondered how much had she done, how much had she given to improve the fairness of marginalized people. And let me stop right there. It pisses me off because people parrot these buzzwords and really honestly have no idea. They have no idea what these words mean or even if they are applicable in the terms that they use them. I looked up the word marginalized. The definition of marginalized, it is an adjective of a person, group, or concept treated as insignificant or peripheral. Okay, I want to know and show me examples how you are treated as insignificant or marginalized in any way. Show me how you're being treated as a peripheral aspect, Miss Cloud. These are buzzwords. That's all they are. They're buzzwords that you have no idea of what they mean. You just heard other idiots and jackasses use them to try to stir up an emotion without really reflecting on what does it mean. One of the definitions of marginalized, because I looked it up in several different dictionaries, they use the word oppressed. How in the are you oppressed? You are paid money to play a game. Let me make this even better for you, miss. We are oppressed. You play in the WNBA and are paid money. For a league that has not earned a dime since it was created, that is a statistical economic fact. The WNBA has yet to earn a dime.
Zero. Not even a one.
But yet you're paid. Your teammates are paid. The other teams in the WNBA are paid. You're paid to play a game, to play a sport. You are paid for that. It may not be the amount that you feel is fair, but if you want fair, come to Texas in October. I'll take you. You are still paid by an entity, by a corporation that hasn't earned a cent. And do you know how that is? Because the league that does earn the money, the NBA, they give it to you. Not that you've earned it. They give it to you. I want you to show me, logically, where it is okay to keep a business running for over 20 years that's never made a dime. Who would keep a business going for over 20 years that has never made a profit? And not only keep it going, but increase the pay for the people of that business. But yet, Miss Cloud, you're marginalized. You see, Natasha Cloud isn't the only asshole that feels that way. Not the only athlete. LeBron James has made some very disparaging remarks. The U.S. women's soccer team has, they have a history of the USA. And do you know what they do too? They get their income supplemented by the men's team as well. Now, a bit of a side note here, because it just hit me. Have you noticed that these people that are bitching the loudest are the ones taking the most handouts? How they hate America, they hate America, they hate America. But the other teams that are earning money via America are paying for y'all. Just saying that I throw that out there. Before I go too far down that rabbit hole about Natasha Cloud, the U.S. women's team, soccer team, and United States track and field athlete Gwen Berry, you see, all these people have this I hate America thing. And I feel very much like most people who have to endure seeing this shit and hearing this shit and being absolutely fed up with these pampered, money-making athletes bullshit. It's like anything, and I mean anything in life. If you don't like it, leave it.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye-bye.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Tell your ass.
So get your bags and get the hell on.
Because I found it insulting on one level that you disrespect the country, the place that has given you notoriety, fame, and fortune. That's how you feel about the place that has given you those things. You spit on it. Well, the beautiful thing about the country that you're spitting on is this country comes with a hell of a lot of freedoms. And one of those freedoms is the freedom to get the fuck out.
I'm leaving.
Okay then, that was always allowed.
You can simply tell your ass, go to one of these other countries. But the reason that you won't is because you've also played in some of these other countries. You've seen some things. Oh, you don't want to talk about it because you want to go back. You want to, make money there. But you've seen some things. You've heard some things while you were in those countries. And those things make you recognize, man, America ain't so bad. And yet still, you'll still shit on the place that has given you the notoriety that you are using to disparage it. Man, how disrespectful.
It's so disrespectful for you to say something like that.
The other issue I have with that is the blatant hypocrisy. I just mentioned how, whether it be track and field stars, WNBA stars, U.S. women's soccer team stars, how your teams will go to other countries and play. And those other countries have far fewer freedoms and much more extreme rules and regulations that are unjust to their people. But you won't say shit about them. You won't protest them. Why don't y'all protest those countries that have up rules? There are countries where they will put you to death for being gay. Y'all have played in countries where the women literally cannot leave the house without a man. Yet I don't hear those protests. Am I missing something? Why aren't we protesting that? Why aren't we bitching about that? Nothing? But it's cool to shut on the place that made you famous. But the other places you go to exploit your fame, you hush on. If you want to bitch about America, fine. The American history, we know it ain't great, but it is what it is. History in the past. We've learned from it. We've moved on from it. America isn't the same place now that it was, 5 years ago. On so many different levels. And yet you people are still screaming unfair and victimhood. Well, how about the unfairness of the alphabet mob trying to indoctrinate our children? What about that unfairness? What about the unfairness of trying to force people to celebrate something that they don't believe in? You're not gonna speak on that? That's okay. Even in the Bible, particularly the New Testament, it seems to me that God has a real big problem with hypocrites. Because a hypocrite is a person that bitches about one thing and yet turns around and embraces it. And that's what all you American-hating, rich asshole athletes are doing. Two options. If you don't like something, work hard to fix it. If you don't want to or feel that it can't be fixed, get the out.
Get your shit! Get your shit! And get out!
It really is that simple. Yo, if you want to hear the rest, make sure you check out our podcast. You can find us on all your favorite podcast platforms. That is iHeart, Pandora, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Plus, if you want to reach us, drop us a line. You can find us at freemindthinkers2022@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about us. Leave a comment below and share the video with as many people as you can. I greatly appreciate that. This is your man, Big Brother Tucker. See you on the other side. And always remember, never be afraid to think differently.